Hello, hello. Welcome back to our learning adventure. I am so excited to share today's story with you. Let's learn, practice, and grow our English together. Let's go!
Hello, and a very warm welcome back to English for Beginners. I am your host, Tom. Today, we are not just practicing English. We are building a structure. Think of your fluency as a grand architectural project. You cannot build a skyscraper without a foundation. You cannot speak with depth and grace if you do not understand the rhythm of your own daily life. Today, we focus on the foundation, the morning. I wake up at 7 o'clock, slowly and intentionally. I feel the quiet of the morning as a gift. I understand that my first hour sets the tone for my entire day. I choose to embrace the silence before the world gets loud.
Imagine the morning as a blank canvas. Most people wake up and immediately throw paint at it. They check their emails, they look at the news, they worry about their meetings. They make a mess of their own mind before the sun is even high. But you are different. You are a student of your own life. When you wake up, instead of rushing, you observe. You notice the light on the wall. You notice the sound of your own breath. When you describe these simple things in English, you aren't just learning vocabulary. You are reclaiming your time. I drink a glass of water to wake up my body. I feel the coolness of the water as it nourishes me. I stretch my back and feel the tension leave my muscles. I say to myself, I am ready for the challenges of today.
Let us look at the grammar here. We use the present simple. I wake up. I feel. I drink. This is the tense of habit. You are not waking up just today. You do it every day. You are building a system. When you practice these sentences, don't just repeat the sounds. Visualize the action. When you say, I stretch, feel the stretch in your shoulders. Your brain needs to connect the English sound to the physical reality of your life. This is the secret of the English habit. I choose a comfortable outfit that makes me feel confident. I look at my reflection in the mirror and smile. A smile in the morning changes the way I perceive my day. I prepare a simple breakfast with care and focus. I focus on the smell of the coffee or the taste of my tea.
I often hear students say, Tom, I want to use big, complex words. I tell them, no. First, master the small, strong words. I feel. I see. I choose. I build. These are the pillars of the English language. If you can use these words with confidence, you are already more fluent than someone who knows complex vocabulary but cannot speak about their own day. Speak clearly. Speak slowly. Own your sentences. I sit at my table and look out at the world. I think about my 3 main goals for this morning. I speak my goals out loud to make them real. I am committed to my growth and my learning journey. The morning air feels fresh and full of possibility. There is a specific kind of power in speaking to yourself. When you say, I am capable, it is not just a sentence, it is a declaration. Your English voice is the tool you use to manifest your life. As you practice this, don't worry about sounding like a native speaker. Worry about sounding like yourself. Your voice, with your unique accent, is the only voice that can tell your story. Embrace it. Use it. I appreciate the opportunity to start over each morning. I am building my fluency one sentence at a time. I am grateful for my dedication to this path. We are moving from the foundation of the morning into the structure of the afternoon. This is where your architecture meets the real world. The afternoon is a test of your systems. It is where external pressure meets your internal calm. I step into my workspace and establish my environment. I organize my desk to ensure my focus remains sharp. I look at my to-do list with a sense of clarity. I prioritize my tasks to manage my energy efficiently. I am ready to engage with the world in English. Let me tell you about a time I was overwhelmed. I had 3 different projects, 2 phone calls, and an inbox full of emails. My initial reaction was to panic. I thought, how will I say all of this in English? But then I remembered the architectural approach. You don't build a roof before you build the walls. I took a piece of paper and I wrote down the most important thing. I forced myself to speak it. My priority right now is this one task. By breaking the noise into a single manageable sentence, I found my focus. You can do the same. When the afternoon gets difficult, stop and speak your focus out loud. It changes everything. I address my tasks one by one with steady progress. I speak my intentions clearly to my colleagues. I listen to others with total presence and attention. I view every challenge as a design flaw to be corrected. I solve problems using the language I have mastered. Notice the verbs we are using: address, manage, solve, view. These are high action verbs. They belong to a person who is in charge of their narrative. In the afternoon, you are not a victim of the clock. You are the architect of your progress. Whenever you feel your English slipping, or whenever you feel your confidence waning, come back to these verbs. I manage. I solve. I act. These words are anchors. They keep you grounded in your intent. I use short, direct sentences to communicate my needs. I am not concerned with finding the perfect word. I am concerned with being understood and being clear. I take a brief pause to breathe when the pace increases. I maintain my composure through every single interaction. You might be thinking, Tom, what if I make a mistake in a professional setting? Let me tell you, the people who respect you are not the people who never make mistakes. The people who respect you are the people who navigate their mistakes with grace. If you stumble on a word, don't apologize. Don't hide. Simply repeat it correctly. I meant to say, the project is expanding. This is not failure. This is professional self-correction. It shows that you are in control of your language. I embrace the complexity of the afternoon hours. I learn from the rhythm of professional communication. I build my credibility through consistent, clear speech. I am proud of the effort I invest in every task. I cultivate a professional and calm English voice. Fluency is not just about vocabulary, it is about credibility. When you speak with a steady rhythm, people listen. They don't just hear the words, they hear the confidence behind the words. This is what we are building. We are building a professional identity that is rooted in the English language. This is not about sounding like someone else. It is about sounding like the most capable, focused version of yourself. I assess my progress at the end of every hour. I refine my approach to better suit the situation. I value the time I spend practicing my skills. I am a constant student of the language I use. I find satisfaction in the work I produce today. Now that we have built the foundation and raised the walls, we arrive at the evening. This is the interior design of your architectural project. This is where you bring warmth, color, and humanity into the structure you have created throughout the day. The evening is not for performance, it is for presence. I walk into my home and consciously shed the weight of the day. I transform my living space into a sanctuary of peace. I prepare my dinner, enjoying the simple ritual of cooking. I turn off the screens to reconnect with my own thoughts. I am present in every action, from the smallest to the largest. Many years ago, I thought the evening was just a time to shut down. I would collapse on the sofa and wait for sleep. I didn't see the evening as part of my architecture. But then I realized, if your architecture has no interior warmth, it is just a cold building. I started using my evenings to reflect. I would sit with a notebook and describe my day, but not as a list of tasks. I described it as a narrative. Today, I felt challenged by the project, but I kept my cool. By narrating my day, I was designing my own interior life. I was making sense of the noise. I sit down with a notebook to reflect on my journey. I write down my thoughts, feelings, and small observations. I use English to name the emotions I experience today. Notice the vocabulary shift. Shed, transform, sanctuary, narrate. These are the words of comfort and introspection. When you speak to yourself in the evening, use this language. Don't worry about being productive in the traditional sense. Focus on being human. Practice these sentences slowly. Let the words sit with you. I am building a relationship with my world. Feel the weight and the meaning of those words. This is how you make your English truly your own. I connect with my family or friends in a meaningful way. I listen to the stories of others with true empathy. I contribute my own stories, sharing moments of joy. I find comfort in the rhythm of natural conversation. I am grateful for the people who enrich my daily life. Think of gratitude as the structural support of your interior. If you don't anchor your day in what you are thankful for, the walls of your day might feel unstable. Each night, I identify 3 pillars of gratitude. Maybe it was a kind word from a stranger. Maybe it was the way the sunset looked through my window. Maybe it was the fact that I remembered a new English verb I learned weeks ago. When you anchor yourself in gratitude, you sleep with a sense of purpose. You wake up with a stronger foundation for the next morning. I acknowledge the things that brought me joy today. I celebrate the progress I made, however small it seemed. I let go of the need for everything to be perfect. I trust the process of my own architectural growth. As you design your interior, you are really designing your future habits. Every book you read in the evening, every podcast you listen to, every sentence you write in your journal, it is all decorating your mind. You are curating the thoughts that will define your tomorrow. Don't fill your mind with noise. Fill it with the language you want to master. Fill it with the stories you want to tell. This is the luxury of your own interior design. You are the only person who gets to decide what lives inside your mind. I spend time reading something that inspires my spirit. I listen to the cadence of language, letting it soothe me. I am cultivating a mindset of curiosity and wonder. I value the time I spend in reflection and stillness. I am becoming more at home in the English language. We have reached the final stage of our architectural journey. We have laid the foundation, raised the walls, and designed the interior. Now we place the roof. The roof is what protects everything you have built. It is your long-term vision, your legacy, and the commitment to consistency that keeps your structure standing through every season of life. I look back at the entire structure I have built today. I see the strength in the foundation of my morning routine. I acknowledge the resilience in the walls of my afternoon work. I cherish the warmth of the interior design of my evening. I am ready to protect and maintain this progress forever. Have you ever heard of the master builder? He doesn't build quickly. He builds permanently. He understands that a structure is only as strong as its maintenance. You are now the master builder of your own English fluency. The goal is not just to reach a level of proficiency. The goal is to live in that proficiency. For a long time, I thought fluency was a destination I would eventually arrive at. I was wrong. Fluency is a lifestyle. It is the roof that shelters your identity in a global world. When you realize this, you stop worrying about getting there and start enjoying the act of staying here. I commit to the daily maintenance of my English skills. I view every conversation as a chance to reinforce my structure. I am not afraid of challenges because my foundation is solid. I understand that growth is a lifelong architectural project. I protect my commitment with discipline and love. Let us use the language of future building. I will maintain. I will strengthen. I will preserve. I will evolve. These are the verbs of someone who is building a legacy. Your English is a bridge between who you are and who you want to be. When you speak, you are not just saying words, you are constructing your future. Practice these words. Let them become the mortar that holds your English bricks together. I am building something that lasts. Feel the pride in that statement. I am proud of the person I am becoming through English. I share my knowledge with others to help them build too. I remain humble in my learning and bold in my speaking. I stay curious about the ever-changing nature of language. I am a guardian of my own progress and potential.
If you had fun learning with me, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so we can keep practicing together. And hey, don't leave me hanging. Drop your answers in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.